Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, continuing Peter's route. So, finally got boned last night, yesterday. Jesus! I thought the game was really going to cock block us till the end, but, you know, worth it. Anyway, I squinted at the brightness of the room's light, realizing we had left the lights on. Where am I again? Now he's in, but, that hair was Jupiter hair. I mean, it was too long, well, okay, maybe it was supposed to be Peter, but, it too much, he's got the little tendrils, but there's not nearly enough. That was so much muchier hair. I'm not sure, it was really in between. It looked more like, well, anyway. There you go. There, now we can just stare, shirtless, naked. They cover the bottom up, though we can't tell, but you know he is. Where am I again? For a moment, I felt like I was back in Celestia, wrapped in security and bliss. After a brief pause, I noticed the warm body of my beloved sleeping beside me. Shh, snoring. Spacey, my beloved wife is still asleep. At last. I felt that we'd finally become one. The memories from the previous night flowed into me and my heart felt warm. You know what? I'm proud of you, game. Because I was fully expecting him to be like, oh my god, no, what did I do? Instead, he's like, hell yeah. Yeah, he's proud of himself and happy about it. Good. I turned on the light to see her, and her embarrassed look was so cute. Careful not to disturb her, I wrapped my arms around her and exhaled deeply. I've been alive for thousands of years, but I've never once felt anything like this. I understood now why other gods were so fixated on the act of lovemaking. It was filled with happiness and warmth. It made you feel like you'd found the greatest treasure in the world. Certainly I'd been happy before this. I'd have been fine if I never experienced any of this. But I hadn't realized the depth of emotion that awaited me. And some people, like Raoul, just like to get the rocks off. Doesn't matter if you have feelings. And some people only enjoy getting their rocks off if they have an emotional connection. You could just be like those of us who are like that, dear. Where you're like, yeah, I could be like Zeus and fuck everything that moves, but what's the point? And then you find that person and you're like, then it's awesome. Just saying. Spacey. It was as if our souls had connected on the deepest possible level. Our arms had become my sanctuary rather than Celestia. She stirred a bit in my arms, slowly opening her eyes and greeting me with the softest smile I'd ever seen. She whispered, good morning. Upon waking, the first thing I saw was his smile. Good morning, Jupiter. Yes, good morning, Spacey. He uttered my name as if savoring every syllable. Then he smiled. It was the happiest smile I'd ever seen him make. Seeing him so happy, our actions last night finally felt real. Are you hurt anywhere? No, I'm fine. To be honest, my body was hurting all over. But the feeling of pleasure and satisfaction made it irrelevant. So I hugged him to let him know that I shared his happiness. I love you, Peter. Me too, Spacey. We embraced, and I felt secure wrapped in his sturdy arms. I felt his heartbeat, quick like a hummingbird. This warm awakening was filled with happiness. It felt like we had finally become husband and wife in the truest sense. It felt like our first morning together as a married couple. We stayed in bed for a while, dozing off. Eventually, it was past noon. That was when we started to feel hungry. So we decided to get delivery for the first time and ordered some pizzas. Thanks for waiting. Pizza delivery. That sounds delicious. We took the box from the delivery guy and I saw Peter's eyes light up. Wow. They actually delivered it. Thank you so much. Oh, well, that's my job, Owen. Here's a bonus bottle of champagne. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas? Merry Christmas? Oh, Peter, it's December 25th. Aww. That's so adorable. Christmas Eve and Christmas, we opened our presents, and our presents to each other were ourselves. How adorable. Oh, really? After we checked the calendar, we looked at each other in surprise. That poor pizza delivery guy working on Christmas. I hadn't realized, but the night we truly became one was Christmas Eve. How adorable. I see. So that's what it was. At least they didn't go cheesy and we're like, it was Valentine's Day. It felt like Santa had given us a unique gift. And that means the Christmas market ends today. I hope they were able to replace the star on the tree. Want to check it out later? Sure, but first, let's have pizza. They added champagne and cola as a bonus gift. Pizza places are great. They really are. Oh, that's amazing. Let's open the champagne first. Yes, here goes. I mean, my pizza place doesn't deliver champagne. But Peter skillfully popped the champagne with his thumb. Merry Christmas. And he didn't get scared of the champagne popping. Merry Christmas. Huh. Peter didn't get startled by the popping sound, right? I just said that! Now he was even pouring it with glee. He used to become chi just from the sound of party poppers. It seemed he no longer needed any training. I'll get the pizza ready. I opened the lid and the smell of fresh cheese enveloped us. Wow, that smells great. We'd ordered a margarita pizza, a seafood pizza, a salad, and an assortment of appetizers. Seafood pizza. God, I'm sorry, that's more of a crime than pineapple. Pineapple on pizza can be fine. I don't mind pineapple on I prefer meatball or like barbecue chicken. That's on pizza. Okay. And cheese is obviously always fine. And I could do pepperoni. That's cool. And sometimes when I make it myself, I'll get like pepperoni or whatever. But like seafood on pizza? No. Get out. I feel like if people are going to be offended, pineapple on pizza. No, back it up. Let's look at these seafood motherfuckers. That's disgusting. I'm not a huge seafood person, but I certainly don't want it on my pizza. That's weird. Ham and pineapple? Like, okay. All right. Seafood? Get out. No. Let's all agree that the true evil are seafood pizza lovers. I will get on that train. That's disgusting. Earlier, we'd taken a bath while waiting for our pizzas, so they'd arrived in no time at all. Human culture never ceased to amaze me. Let's eat. Yes. This is delicious. The pizza crust is crunchy. It's delicious. This tasted nothing like the pizzas from Cutie's Diner. Who knew it could vary so much between places? I'd only spent 4 years in the human realm during my studies abroad. There was still so much to learn about human culture. What she keeps saying 4 years, but that's not really true because she was working at Cupid Core. And I guess I don't... Maybe Jupiter's route is way different than I'm remembering, but like... Peter was always around. He was working at Parasite House or whatever. But like she keeps saying 4 years and it's like, but it took her 4 years to go to college and then she was working and like, did none of that happen? Was it totally like a different timeline? I don't remember now, but it's like the way they keep saying, I'd only spent 4 years and back in college. And it's like, you met him in college? But was it a different timeline? Somebody will tell me. Kind of like, instead of like, oh, we, where the main game was like, we go to Parasite House and then we fall in love with one of them, blah, 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 whatever. Basically had the same common route. It sounds almost like Jupiter's was like, no, but like in college, before we ended up working, whatever type of a thing. Like his is totally different but then we were still with the Parasite 6. So like, I really don't remember. Anyway. The seafood pizza has lots of pepper. Wow, you're right. It's pretty spicy. Can you handle it? Absolutely. This is no problem. It's really good. That's good. Back then, the taste of spiced wine made him involuntarily drop a lightning bolt. Now he can enjoy spicy food alongside me. Again, the Christmas market was only open for 10 days, remember? So, just saying, it's only been 10 days. It seems that Jupiter had completed his fair share of studies abroad in the human realm. I wonder when we'd return to Celestia. To be honest, life in the human realm was so much fun, so we tried not to think about it too much. I casually brought up the source of Peter's training. Since you're okay with spicy food now, maybe you can drink that spiced wine from that shop. Oh, true. That's what started all the training. Let's check it out later and have that drink. It'd be nice to test the results of your training. And thus, we found ourselves back at the Christmas market. We intended to do the challenge from before. Wow, it certainly is the last day. It's much more crowded than the last time we were here. Let's hold hands. Sure. We intertwined our fingers and searched for the stall that sold the spiced wine that had startled Peter so much. It wasn't hard to find. We bought our drinks and moved to a more secluded spot. Here goes. Yeah, good luck. At first he hesitated. Then he took a sip. For a brief moment he seemed to be panicking, but then I heard him gulp. Phew. How's that? I'm fine. Considering it was just a drink, there was a strange tension, but he didn't morph into chi, nor did he shoot any lightning. He really mastered it. That's great! Congratulations, Peter! Yes, thank you, Spacey. It was your idea to do the training. He continued to sip the spiced wine. It's spicy. Kinda numbs the mouth. But in a good way once you get the hang of it. Our training began because he was so shocked from the flavor of the spiced wine and accidentally startled the humans with his lightning. Though he had overcome his fears, the fact that he no longer needed training made me feel a bit melancholic. Hey, Jupiter. I called him by his divine name, which caught his attention. He looked puzzled, still holding his drink. What's the matter? Is it something serious? Well, how long do you plan on staying here? He immediately knew what I was referring to. I wasn't just talking about the Christmas market. Peter's innocent gaze suddenly matured in a way that reminded me of Jupiter. Well, since there's no more need for training, Spacey? Huh? I turned toward the familiar voice. Gil. I didn't think I'd see you here. Why are you not wearing a coat, Gil? What brings you here? Oh, because it's Christmas? But that doesn't matter to gods, right? Long time no see, Gil. We're not here specifically for Christmas. We're just on vacation. Right. But this spiced wine is quite good. I see. So you two are here on vacation. I get it. Don't get jealous. You had your turn, Gil. Gil, have you tried the spiced wine from that shop? It's so spicy and delicious. And maybe I'll have some later. It'll help me snap out of it. Snap out of it? Anyway, how long are you two staying here? Will you be here until December 31st? Huh? We haven't exactly decided yet. Is there something special about December 31st? We're throwing a year-end party at Raoul's. All the Parasite 5 will be there. If you're around, you want to come to the party? How come Raoul didn't mention that when we were getting trained on how to fuck his wife? Happy vacation! Seriously, Raoul! You didn't mention? Oh, by the way, we're having a party. And December 31st finally arrived. We went to Raoul's place. Everyone else was already there. Look, we get to see everybody now. Welcome! Thanks for the invite. Yes, thanks.
It's been a while since the Parasite 6 got together.
Oh, perfect timing. We just started serving food. Here, have a seat. It's been a while. Your name was Jupiter and Juno, is that correct? Well, when I'm in this form, you can call me Peter if you'd like. Yeah, please call me Spacey too. Long time no see, everyone. It really has been. I'm glad you can make it, Ryuki. I was kind of worried because you never replied to the messages. The store's closed and logistics, get suspended at the end of the year, so I had nothing better to do. Fuck off, spam callers! Okay, so my phone, was not working for 2 days. I mean, everything was working on my phone, but I had no cell signal, and I had no fucking idea. And, my mom texted me, yesterday. So, and I had no idea. She texted me, 5 fucking times. getting progressively worried because I wasn't answering right. Even tried calling me, but nothing because my phone wasn't working. And I'm like, you think I would have noticed that from Friday to Monday, like Friday I got text messages from people, but then I got nothing until like today's Tuesday right now. Okay. I got no message, nothing for like 4 fucking days. You think I would have fucking noticed? Because that motherfucking thing goes off all the goddamn time. Texts and spam calls and everything. So you think I would have fucking noticed that, like, it's been quiet. But no, because it's so gleeful, like, no calls coming through annoying the fuck out of me is so nice. But, like, I only noticed because I went in to look at something in my bank and I'm like, my mom put money in there because she deposits money for her phone bill because she's on my phone plan. So she pays for, you know what I mean? Whatever. So, and I'm like, well, that's weird because she usually will text and be like, put money in your account. You know what I mean? And I'm like, huh. And then I went, son of a bitch. And so I like tried to text myself and I turned my phone on airplane mode, turned it back to normal, whatever. And all of a sudden I got like 50 fucking text messages, like from store, like, because I get text messages from like stores that you sign up to know when there's sales or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm always getting those, which annoy me, but I don't want to stop because, like, maybe I want to know when they're doing a sale. You know what I mean? But the, like, text message noise annoys the fuck out of me. You know? Same with the fucking, my phone ringing constantly from spam calls. But, like, yeah, I missed a couple. I don't think I got anything on Saturday or Sunday. One of them I got nothing. But the one day, I'm like, you think I would have noticed for 3 days my phone was dead silent. I was on it. Constantly doing stuff. But, like, it was just, I was not getting any text messages or phone calls. So then I get it, and I get my mom, like, you know, her little thing that she put money in my account, and then, like, are you okay? Because you haven't responded to that, like, whatever. And then, like, if you don't answer me, I'm going to call your friend to check on you or whatever. And then I've decided that you're okay, and that maybe you're just busy on a work call or something, or, like, whatever. And then I hope you're okay because I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. And I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, my mom was, like, freaked out the whole... And she even called me and left a fucking message. She was, like, gonna call my boss. You know? Like... And I was like... And she's like, maybe you have your phone on Do Not Disturb. Maybe this is a day you took a long vacation... Like, long weekend. Like, oh my God, my poor fucking mother. I feel so fucking bad. So I texted, I'm like, no, my stupid fucking phone dropped my signal and I had no idea. Because you can't tell. Because it'll show bars and it'll show I have none and it won't show 4G or 5G or anything. It'll just show no bars and then a little asterisk. And then you're still getting text messages and phone calls. And then all of a sudden you're just not. And there's no indication that when it shows no bars that you are or are not going to get texts unless I, like, text myself to test it. And it's like, she's like, just get a new phone. And I was like, I don't want to. Because none of the phones have headphone jacks anymore, and I am old. I do not want one more piece of shit I gotta fucking plug in. And, like, having a little dongle thing is not fucking as good as just a headphone jack, man. Headphone jacks are peak technology. Fuck, like, forcing me into having goddamn fucking a headset that I have to fucking plug in because it never I tried that shit, and I'm like, I'm going right back to wired fucking earbuds because fuck this shit. One more goddamn thing I gotta plug in that's never gonna be charged when I want to use it. Fuck that. You know what never lets you down? Wired headphones. You plug them in and you go. The only thing you have to worry about is whatever you're plugging into. Is that charged? Always. Fucking A. You know what I mean? So it's like one more pain in my ass thing that's got to be fucking plugged in. You know, when you don't need to do that because what's it taken off? Like a tiny bit of thickness to the phone? And none of them have fucking SD card slots anymore. Like all my fucking pictures on my fucking SD card. I don't care if my phone has like fucking a terabyte of storage. I want to be able to pop my SD card out so my photos are there and I always have them. Not my phone dies and then all my fucking photos are gone. You know what I mean? Like that's a pain in my ass. I put everything on my SD card. So I don't have to, like, let me plug in my phone, let me back up I have enough fucking shit to back up. I don't want to have to back up my phone constantly, too. It's fucking obnoxious. That's why it's on the SD card. And the rare time when I had my Samsung Galaxy and it deleted my SD card twice, you know, that's annoying. But my LGs have never, but the LG doesn't even make phones anymore. It's like, you know what? I'm just too old to get a new phone. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm old. Don't make me. but my stupid fucking phone. So I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna set up on my work calendar to reboot my phone twice a week. Because that's the problem. Once you reboot it, it's perfectly fine for like a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden it stops working. So I'm like, well, now twice a week we're gonna reboot our phones so that we lose the signal. And you know, if I don't get texts on a daily basis, then I know something is wrong. But the peace and quiet is nice. But then it makes my mom worry. And then I'm going to have people showing up at my house like, why aren't you answering your mom? You're like, son of a fucking bitch. Because, like, what are they going to do? I should give her I'd be like, you have my email address. Just email me because those will come through. It might not get it for a couple of hours, but I'll get it. You know what I mean? Anyway, that whole rant is because now my phone won't stop fucking ringing with these goddamn spam calls. And it's like, I don't know how the peace and quiet was so fucking nice. And now I'm like, turn phones off. Anyway, we already read that. The store's closed and logistics get suspended at the end of the year, so I had nothing better to do. Speaking of which, Ryuki, it's your birthday. Congrats. How do you know that? Your sister told me. I think every Sillywood actor knows about it now. Ugh. My sister always running her mouth. Wait, it's Ryuki's birthday? Should I swap the cake out for a birthday one? And just keep it the way it is. I'm only going to have one bite of cake with that many calories. But you'll still have a bite. Thank goodness. The Parasite 5 hasn't changed at all. Even though I didn't have a chance to comment, I laughed as I remembered the time we spent together. Nothing had changed. This feels so nostalgic. You're right about that. Humans were incredible beings that deserved our protection. As we watched them, I heard Raoul gasp as he put his hand over his mouth. Hold up. Something feels different since I last saw you. Jupiter, did you score? Leave it to Raoul to just blurt it out, not being like, did you? Wink and keep it under the... No, just broadcast it to everyone. Score? Well, I knew it. How was it, Juno? Since Jupiter Zeus's twin, was he as good as... Ow! Why did you smack me?
It was a fly. I was helping.
A fly, huh? I guess it can't be helped then. Idiot. I love him. Thanks, Ellen. You saved me there.
You're welcome.
What was that about? I wondered if they were referring to the training, but I didn't understand how that had anything to do with Zeus. Wait. Come to think of it, when Peter returned home with that book, it was right after he'd visited Raoul. Then that would mean... The chicken's ready. Gil entered the room holding a big dish. Thank God Gil was not here for that. He would have died.
Oh, it's a blasted up chicken. Nice.
Hey, you can at least try to make it sound fancy. Call it a roast chicken. Well, I knew you were using the oven for something. I just came back from swimming, so this is great. Quality proteins required to build muscle. Huh? You went swimming in this cold weather? That's terrible for your skin. It's not a problem. The pool was heated. With all the chatter, I'd been unable to process what Raoul had said earlier, but it was comforting to hear the usual conversations. I remember Shelby in the pool. Pretty sure there was a CG, and Shelby wears a Speedo. That was a flashback that thank you for. Time to pop the champagne! Gee! Huh? Peter didn't even flinch the last time we popped a bottle of champagne. It probably depended on whether or not he'd popped the bottle himself. That yelp made me feel nostalgic. I couldn't help but laugh. Like, he's gonna get startled sometimes. You can't get over that, forever, but he's got it more under control. I was happy to see some things had changed, while others remained the same. That marked the start of our year-end party. And besides, he's freaked out, but he's like, ugh, but he didn't turn into Chi. That's what matters. A few hours later, before I knew it, everyone was wasted. I can't drink anymore. I can't drink without you.
Oh, my head's killing me.
This stuff's amazing. Love this wine. I see. So the macaroni today is like a fluffy cushion. Oh, this sure brings me back. The sight of everyone drunk out of their minds reminded me of the party we'd held at Parasite House. Yeah, but then they all got naked to compare muscles, so, I think we need that again. Ugh. You drunks are so annoying. I thought we were going to see fireworks at Toyam Square. Toyam Square? Yes, of course. But the fireworks are like garlic. And we still need to celebrate Ryuki.
Yes, I made some garlic pizza and it'll blow up in the sky. Congratulations, Ryuki. It'll be perfect for your birthday. Happy birthday! Oh, can I get some water?
There's soda in the fridge. Oh, and the present for Ryuki, too. The expiration for that date for that ambrosia won't be for another 100 years. Yeah, no way this is happening. If you're not going, then I'm going to sleep. And drinking makes my face swell. You all better go to sleep. But, well, I'm happy that you did celebrate my birthday with me. Thanks. Though Ryuki was legally allowed to drink, he preferred not to. He mumbled to himself before heading to the bedroom. Everyone else continued to chug alcohol. They drank, passed out for a bit, made some commotion, then fell asleep again. It was the same as back then, and Peter also... Gee! 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 He's cheeing over there, just like before he clung to me while cooing like Chi. He was laying on the sofa with his head on my lap and purring like a cat. Oh, come on! Gee! 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 As I stroked his hair, it looked like Peter wanted to play. He transformed into Chi for the first time in ages. Yeah, but he did it on purpose this time. Well, maybe. Wow, did you see that? Peter vanished.
Yes, but he's right there on her lap as a divine beast.
On her lap? Lucky him. I'm going to bed too. To the fluffy bed. Wait, on her? So lucky. For the lap. Wait. Chondroitin? Something? Anyway, should be good. Wait, maybe it was olive oil. Or more protein.
I drank too much and can't keep my eyes open. I need to lie down.
Everyone headed to a different bedroom to hit the hay. Raoul's home always had enough beds for everyone. When we were ready to sleep, a bed was available for us too. But the new year hasn't even started. Everybody got drunk before New Year's. We'd partied so early that everyone got drunk and fell asleep before the New Year countdown. What a bunch of idiots. Chi looks like he's sleeping soundly too. Chi! Chi was in high spirits. He nipped at my finger while wagging his tail. I like him in this form too. Yeah, we know. He was so fluffy and cute, I couldn't resist petting his fur. I was playing with Chi when a noise from outside the window caught my attention. Chi! Chi, who'd been asleep on my lap, abruptly woke up and transformed back into Peter. His eyes were sparkling as he looked out the window. This is amazing, Spacey, look! I turned my attention to the window and spotted fireworks lighting up the sky. Wow! The New Year arrived! We could see the celebratory fireworks from our window. These were the fireworks we'd planned to see at Toyam Square. Because there were no tall buildings around Raoul's home, we had a clear view of the display. Peter and I stood side by side, watching and listening to the colorful fireworks. It's beautiful. Yes. We were both speechless, completely captivated by the beauty of the fireworks against the night sky. I reached out to touch the glass, and Peter placed his hand over mine. I looked up at him, and he was smiling with genuine joy. Though he'd been a tipsy Chi just a short while ago, he'd sobered up. As a god, he had a high tolerance for alcohol. Spacey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Peter. We turned to ensure that no one outside was watching and shared a quick, sweet kiss. No one saw that, right? We exchanged a glance before sharing a laugh. I'd wanted to kiss him as soon as the New Year had arrived. Our kiss in front of the backdrop of fireworks filled us with feelings of bliss. We'd spent a month here, but it felt like a lifetime. I believed we'd enjoy ourselves to the fullest. Hey, Peter? Yes? Peter nodded as if he'd already anticipated my next words. We'll return to Celestia soon. Yeah, when do you want to go back? Well, while we're here, I'd like to enjoy Lost York just a little bit more. Me too. You've been training all this time. Let's do something fun. We're here on our honeymoon, after all. Honeymoon? Oh, that's right. And it was all because of that lightning. I'm sorry. Let's start over. With the honeymoon and the wedding ceremony, too. Wedding ceremony? Yes, we never held one, did we? I really wanted to do it properly. I'd assumed we were already married when I became Juno, so we hadn't taken part in a ceremony that was part of a human marriage. Despite being the goddess of marriage, I never experienced a wedding ceremony myself. Then how about we stay here until Easter? With that amount of time, we should be able to prepare a wedding ceremony. Jesus Christ, go back to work, motherfuckers. Must be nice to just take several months off. Easter. The weather will be nicer. It'd be the perfect time for our ceremony. Exactly. Until then, let's enjoy the human realm to our heart's content. We'll make some memories, then return to Celestia. Right. And then we shall stay until Easter. And I will remain as Peter. Yeah, then I'll be Spacey. Yes, let's do that. Spacey. Peter cheerfully called me by my name. Not Juno or Cupid, but my name. Was it strange to consider this name precious to me, even though my new name was Juno? Even Mom and Dad were addressed by their divine names, Venus and Mars. This was typical for members of the 12 Olympians. But I'd gotten used to calling him Peter instead of Jupiter. The 400 years I'd spent being Cupid and the few years I'd been Juno felt like nothing compared to my time here in the human realm. But I liked the human realm and our human forms. That was why I called him by his human name. I can't wait for our wedding ceremony, Peter. Yes, me too. Let's make it memorable. The night sky on New Year's Eve was lit up by a multitude of fireworks. The celebrations outside stood in contrast to the peaceful sleep of everyone inside. We gazed at the sky, holding each other close. We decided to extend our stay in the human realm until Easter. Once we'd made that commitment, we began our wedding preparations. Naturally, we chose Cupid Core as our wedding venue, and I decided to wear my divine artifact as my wedding dress. By the time we'd finished all the prep, 3 months had flown by. All that remained was the anticipation of our special day. We wanted to cherish our last moments in the human realm, but... It's already March, so why is it still this cold? We'd intended to visit Diamor Paradis, but a blizzard had taken over, so we were confined to our hotel room. Diamor Paradis was an artificial island, newly constructed off the shores of Lost York. The only way to reach the island was via ferry. This was also the only way to leave. Yet due to the blizzard, the ferry was stuck at the port. The hotel staff had prepared rooms for all stranded visitors. We couldn't get a reservation here last time, so at least we get to stay here now. It's really unusual for it to be snowing this time of year. Yeah, it's definitely not normal weather. Chee! Achoo! Are you okay? Yes, it's too chilly. Let's hurry on to our room. Yeah, you're right. It'd been warm earlier that day, so we both dressed lightly, to our dismay. So who's causing it to snow? I mean, if it's Zeus, you know what? It's kind of like, but it's like the middle of the route. What are we, like 4 hours in now? Are we on the 4th part? I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're getting basically almost, like, to the middle, right? So it's kind of odd if all of a sudden, in the middle of the route, Zeus is going to show up and everything. But, I mean, most of, like, the stuff didn't happen in Gil's route till, like, the end. It was like, all of a sudden I was kidnapped and then we were done. And it's like, oh, okay. So, I mean, I guess. We hurried to our hotel room and took a hot bath to warm up. After that, we settled down on the couch. Phew! Gee! It's warm in here. I honestly thought I was going to freeze to death. It's strange, isn't it? It's March, but it feels more like December. We huddled under a blanket and checked the weather forecast on our smartphones. Snow was predicted for the next several days. I mean, this is what it's like living in New England. Starts snowing in October, snows till like April. Might get a snowstorm in like May, and then June, July, and August. You're like, motherfucking, it's hot, and then never mind, it's cold again. Like, basically. I thought Lost York was warm all year round. Yes, that's what makes it strange. I've been trying to figure it out, but the cause is still unknown. There's no sign of other gods meddling with the weather, nor any indication of demons at play. I'm clueless. We scrolled through academic articles and YouTube videos hoping for some answers. One video in particular caught our attention. It was titled Arrival of the Mini Ice Age. Get winter gear. Is that lovebirds? Because you see the lovebirds thing on the left side of it. Mini Ice Age? What's that about? Curious, I clicked on the video. It featured a guy wearing a hoodie with birds on it. It's Robin. Let love fly like two lovebirds. Romance is the spice of life. Let this love reach you. Hey there, it's your go-to romantic YouTuber lovebirds. Today I've got a special guest, Berenice Levin, the top fortune teller in Lost York. Oh, and Berenice is making an appearance. Look at our adorable baby. Nice to meet you. I'm Berenice Levin. Berenice rarely ever appears in media, but the reason why he came to our channel today is because he's had a major vision. I don't know why I'm reading him like a newscaster and not like Robin. So, Berenice, can you let us know what sort of fate is in store for us? Yes. Well, I'm sure you've all noticed the ongoing snow in Lost York. It's not just here. I predict that places like Baltimore, Washington, Crunch Canyon, and Nas Venus will experience the same. And that's not all. From my readings, I foresee snowstorms for everyone who travels from distant places seeking my insights. Be it the northern or southern hemisphere, there will be snow. It points toward an impending ice age, don't you think? That's terrible. What can we do? The world's changing, but do not be afraid. You simply let fate guide you. The choices of the gods will pave the way to a new future. So the fortune says that we'll be having cold weather for a while then? And we have the perfect couples blanket for your cold weather needs. Let the warmth of your love melt that snow. The video then turned into an ad for couples blankets and matching pajamas, but we were more concerned with something Berenice had said. The choice of the gods will pave the way to a new future. It was probably the case that Berenice was only saying things meant to be ambiguous, yet it felt as if those words were directed at us. It was as if he was asking us to do something about it. Do you think this is our responsibility? Right. Well, to be exact, it's mine. Peter looked a bit depressed as he buried his face into his cushion. I've been trying to transfer more heat from the sun to the earth, but the cold won't go away. When I attempt to induce rain to prevent droughts, it turns to snow. Once that happens, I'm powerless to stop it. I caused it to snow again today. I'm not worthy to be called the leader of the gods. Oh, the other 12 Olympians can control the weather a bit, right? Yes, that's true. Minerva is especially good at causing storms. But I doubt the other 12 Olympians are behind this. The other gods and I can sense when divine powers are used to mess with the weather. Right. Now that I was Juno, I could sense it too. Whenever other gods used their divine powers, I could sense it. Just recently, I sensed that Poseidon had saved a beached orca. And the other day, the new Pluto had mentioned to me that the underworld was getting chilly too. The cause is still unknown. There was a new Pluto because Zeus had eaten the last one. Like me, he'd been chosen from among the other gods. The current Pluto had been chosen from among the new Cupids, so we knew he'd be compassionate toward the dead. I see. So even the underworld is cold right now. Yes. It's not just the underworld. Hell, too. Peter showed me a message from Professor Melville, who'd recently taken over as Satan, leader of Hell. Professor Melville, like Alan? It's too cold. Might hibernate. That was the message he sent. Demons hibernate? Was there another because like Alan, was there another, in his route, was there a professor or something that he, right? I don't remember. Yeah, it takes energy for them to stay active. They hibernated during the last ice age, too. That must have been around 10,000 years ago. I suppose the gods had already existed at that time. It had been so long since the last ice age that this problem still seemed like a huge deal. I wondered if the snow would continue forever. Would it feel normal someday? That was what I thought about as I stared out the window. So the thing is like, because I was like, oh, is it because he was worried about Zeus, right? But it's like, but if it was Zeus using his powers, wouldn't they feel it? So how are they going to get around that? It might not be Zeus, but if, well, they didn't say anything about anybody in Peter's route. But like, we still have to wonder. Well, it's probably not Robin, because we just saw him that, but we still have to wonder about Ray and, like, Lobster Guy. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. You don't know. It could be one of them. But I feel like they would have made an appearance. But they might not be gods that are causing it. You know what I mean? There's something else. Because you can sense if gods are fucking with the weather, but nobody else. So, It continued to snow with no signs of it letting up. If anything, the snow appeared to be getting more intense. Lost York was in a region with a temperate climate. Houses here weren't designed for such severe weather, so the cold was especially tough. If even Satan is considering hibernation, it must be freezing down there. Maybe I should go and see for myself. Go where? To hell? Yes, hell's in a place far deeper than the human realm, but I must go to find the root of the problem. Perhaps the answer is down there. But we're hated by the demons. I hope I don't get attacked. Peter looked uneasy, like he did the last time he'd visited hell. Demons resented him. It was because of how demons were judged by the gods during the Middle Ages. That was the way of the gods. It seemed that whether we liked it or not, demons and gods would never be able to see eye to eye. Though we were on good terms with the new Satan, the other demons still hated us. I smiled at him, hoping to soothe his nerves. Say you'll go with him, encourage him. I think we should go with him, right? Like, I'll go with you, not, okay, you'll be fine. You'll be fine on your own, bye. Not like we did with bungee jumping, you know what I mean? Let's see. Say you'll go with him, yep. It's all right, I'll go with you. Ooh, spicy. Sweet is like, good for you, sweetie, have fun with that. Really? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm a member of the 12 Olympians. Besides, we're husband and wife. Jupiter and Juno, though we were present in myths, our real selves were completely different from that image. But the one thing that was accurate about those myths was our bond as husband and wife. Thank you. Once morning comes, we should go to hell. Yeah, together. You're going where? To hell? Yeah, we should go to hell. Together. It's the weirdest way to talk about going to hell. Usually tell people, go to hell, not, we're gonna go to hell. Together. A little odd. It's kind of fucking funny. Okay. Peter hugged me and buried his face in my freshly washed hair. I heard him inhale deeply. Your scent is so soothing. As long as you're by my side, I feel like I can do anything. Peter kissed the top of my head, then my temples. His lips slowly moved to kiss my nose, and then my cheek. I mean, it's kind of like the honeymoon suite. Our eyes met. The earlier awkwardness was gone, replaced with the dignity of a god that had lived for thousands of years. Then we quietly kissed. I'm hoping we do more. That gentle kiss gradually deepened. Good. Under the covers, we laced our fingers together. Peter's body was warm, and I wrapped my legs around him. Oh, hell yeah. It was so warm that it could have melted the snow outside. Our chilled bodies heated up rapidly as we moved in sync. Outside our hotel window, I saw the merciless snow continue to fall. Ooh. Holy crap! It's literally the title of this chapter. That's amazing. I love it. The next day, as the snow grew heavier, we ventured underground. We went further below the human realm or even the underworld. Hell was below even that. All right, I remember this background. Like, from, like, did we, in Alan's route or whatever.
It's so cold. I'm gonna hibernate. I'm so sleepy.
Demons were already prepping for hibernation due to the cold. We saw some demons that looked obviously unwell. They drifted by us obliviously, unaware we were gods. It felt so cold even for us. We were freezing. It's so cold. I didn't realize hell could be this cold. The cold was so intense that my teeth were chattering. Oops, nope. I had to put my remote down to itch my nose, and then when I grabbed it back, I hit my button. Peter and I huddled close together for warmth. I can't use my other hand. It's cuddling the bird. Because he's chilly. Because my AC's on. Are you cold?
We had to make it feel real to the game. You're fine. You'll be okay.
It's much colder than the human realm, and there's no mistake that the cause lies deep underground. But to investigate lower would be impossible in our human forms. Peter surveyed the area, then assumed his god form. Hey, hotness.
What? A god is here! We'll be erased! Run away!
Phew. I guess I should have expected that. I thought I mentioned to Satan that we'd be visiting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it is Alan. Oh, look at him in his demon form. I kind of forgot about this.
Oh, sorry about that. It was so cold I told everyone to go hibernate, but I forgot to mention that part.
Alan, I'm sorry for coming here while you're so busy.
It's fine. I'm free since I can't even go to the human realm to feast on dreams in this cold. I'm gonna hibernate until it gets warmer. Wake me up if something happens, but I'll do what I can to help.
That's good to know.
Of course. Well, good night, Jupiter, Juno.
Like, I don't know, his Satan form's kind of hot too. Professor Melville waved goodbye to us and flew away. Like we're calling him Professor. With Satan and all the demons in hibernation, it was clear that this weather was abnormal. Even Satan is in hibernation. There's no time to spare. We must proceed with the investigation immediately. Yeah, like Jupiter, I also switched to my god form. Free from the limitations of a human body, the cold was no longer a bother. This form is so convenient. In my god form, I didn't age or need food. I felt at ease. But I was attached to my human form because of my fondness for humans and their way of life. Jupiter summoned Kronos and pierced the ground, then... The ground split, revealing a stairway. He'd used his powers to create stairs that led further down. Let's go. Okay. We proceeded down the steps. But after a short descent, Jupiter suddenly halted. Shock spread across his face. Jupiter? What's wrong? I sense the presence of Zeus ahead. Huh? But I thought everyone got together and sealed him away. Yes, Zeus was definitely sealed away. This shouldn't be possible. But there's no way I'd mistake the presence of my brother. Could it be that he's been revived? No, that can't be. Still, we need to proceed carefully. Yeah, we carefully continued down the steps. Using our divine powers to pave the way, we dove deeper and deeper. What's this? After we descended further, we saw something truly bizarre. It was a large rock with a peculiar shape. As we approached, I thought it looked familiar. You can see it right there. It's purple and orange and clear. Looks liquidy. Is that Zeus? Huh? Oh, you're right. The stone before us was the same one that had been created when Parasite 6 had successfully sealed Zeus. Wait, but I thought Zeus's stone had been buried so deep that it would never surface again. Yes, it was securely kept inside I don't know how to pronounce that mountain, with Bacchus maintaining watch. Mount whatever was a notable location in Greek mythology. Oh, good God. I don't know how to pronounce Greek names like this, so we're just going to go... Two names I can't pronounce that I'm not even going to try to butcher were killed there. It was the place where Oedipus was abandoned. And it was also the mountain where... It's Dionysus? Is that right? Yeah. Where Bacchus was worshipped. The people of... I can't even... revered the mountain as their king. Jesus! The 12 Olympians had decided to hide Zeus's stone within this mountain. Could it be that a landslide had caused it to end up here? Yes. It could have been carried here by the flow of magma deep underground. But I never thought it would reach the mantle layer. The mantle layer? Yes, we're currently in the mantle. What? Isn't the mantle the outer layer of Earth's core? We're that far down? Yes, with our powers, we can even venture down to Earth's core. So of all places, we were in the mantle. From what I could recall, the mantle was roughly 2,900 kilometers below Earth's surface. I hadn't realized we'd gone that far, but since we used our divine powers to travel, perhaps we traveled rapidly. And there stood Zeus's stone. Hesitantly, I reached out to touch it. Even in my god form, that stone felt chilling to touch. What is this? Why is the stone so cold? It's cold? Could this be freezing the earth? I like how they show this now. The diagram, the mantle, the core, the crust, and Zeus. They show you where Zeus is on the map. I love it. Zeus's stone was stuck in Earth's mantle layer. It was cold enough to instantly kill any human. I shuddered to think of what would happen if it were brought up to Earth's surface. Can we just rocket him into the fucking stratosphere? Like, can we just, like, punt him out into space? I see. So that's why it was so cold. Because Zeus's stone is stuck here, it's stealing all of the heat from Earth's core. This bastard. Yes, that's probably what's happening. I see. So that's why it was meaningless to try and heat the surface. Heating the surface had no effect since there was something chilling it from the core. Of course it would steal the heat from the Earth. Then if we remove this stone, would things go back to normal? Perhaps. Let's remove it right away. Jupiter summoned Kronos and took a swing at the stone. It didn't yield. That didn't work. Let's try this. He planted Kronos into the ground, trying to use it as a lever to lift the stone, but still the stone didn't budge. Try pulling it, try kicking it. I would say pulling it versus kicking it. Kicking it doesn't, I mean, he tried to levy it. You haven't tried pulling it, you know what I mean? No, let's try kicking it. All right. This is what I think of you, Zeus. Kick. It's really stuck. Maybe I could try kicking it from the side. Let me try kicking it. As Juno, my strength surpassed the average being, but when I kicked it, it won't budge. That really hurt. Spicy. Yeah, I can see why that's the spicy choice to kick him. Are you all right? You're not hurt, are you? I'm fine. It stings a bit, but I'm fine. Let's try a different angle. I gave it another kick, but no luck. I couldn't do a thing. I can't summon lightning in a place like this. Let me try pulling it without my divine artifact. Jupiter put Kronos away and cautiously reached out to touch the stone. I know I'm not... It's Koronos. Koronos? I'm not pronouncing it right, but whatever. Chi! Huh? Chi? The moment he touched it, Jupiter turned into Chi. Chi! 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 He sounded panicked, like we needed to get out of there quick. In desperation, Chi tugged on my arm. I didn't understand what was going on, but we quickly returned to the surface as he suggested. Chi! 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 This is terrible. Once we returned to the surface, he morphed back into Peter. I felt so much fear that I squatted in place. After I touched that stone, I tapped into Zeus's residual thoughts. Oh, I don't know why I was reading that as me. Okay, I was reading that as me, and I was reading that as Peter. This one was me. Okay, after I touched that stone, I tapped into Zeus's residual thoughts. I felt the bitterness and anger pouring out from the stone like a curse. You all shall pay for this. Jupiter is unworthy of the throne. I'm the greatest. I'm the most beautiful. A humanity that does not worship me deserves to perish. Sealing me is no use. Even without my powers or physical body, I can destroy humanity, and I will prove it to you now. Humans are meaningless. I'll create a new humanity. Prepare for the new era. New humans, a new age. All hail Zeus. Now everything will end. I can't wait to create a whole new world. This is the true Genesis. Brother, what was he thinking? It's terrifying that these were his thoughts during his last moments. Peter, what's wrong? Did something happen when you touched Zeus's stone? Seeing me shiver, Spacey expressed doubt and worry. She was still by my side. Her presence helped give me courage as I tried to find the words. This is terrible. Chi! Please calm down. You're talking like Chi right now. Oh, sorry. I was so overcome with worry. Can you tell me what happened? What did you see when you touched the stone? I tapped into Zeus's thoughts. Huh? Zeus's thoughts? When I repeated those words, Peter nodded, looking pale. Yes, Zeus's memory, his last thoughts and schemes. He fought till his last breath and put forth his final master plan right before he was sealed. Peter, still a bit shaky, gazed at the ground, probably thinking about where the stone was buried. He's planning to wipe out all of humanity in order to revive himself. Wait, all of humanity? What do you mean by that? Do you remember we used the 6 love types to seal him? Yeah, I remember that. Of course I remembered. I used my Cupid's arrow to place the seal. There was no way I would forget. If humans continue to love one another, the seal won't break. But if humans are dead, the love keeping Zeus seal disappears too. But the seal uses love from a god and a demon as well as humans. Even if humanity disappears, the seal won't be fully broken. But the seal still gets weaker if humans are dead. That's what Zeus realized. That's why he's trying to freeze the earth. He's trying to force humanity into extinction with an ice age to weaken the seal. If the seal's weak enough, he'll be able to eat the demons in hell to regain his strength. Oh no, but that seems so... It seems likely for Zeus. That was how he was able to revive himself before. He devoured those demons to accumulate strength. Oh, I remember demons being eaten back then. Even the gods were consumed by Zeus. The mantle layer is close to hell. It would be rare for gods to check there. It would be the prime location to hide and eat. My brother's a sly one for coming up with this plan during his last moments. But what do? We tried to move the stone, but it wouldn't budge. If we don't move it, the earth will keep getting colder. We have to get the 12 Olympians together and try to remove it. If that doesn't work, we'll recruit the demons to help. We have to try everything or humanity is doomed. After that, we headed to Celestia to call the gods together, but... Why won't this thing move? I don't remember the voice we gave fucking Minerva. Oh, Cupid. Right, okay. Minerva, you're doing it wrong. Watch and learn. It's too heavy. Mars, can you lift it with your brute strength? You can leave it to me, Venus. Mars, will pick up Zeus easily. How heavy is this? It didn't budge at all. Mars, step aside. I brought a bulldozer. How? The goddess of wisdom can do anything. Oh, it broke. It didn't work. Then it's my turn. The gods used everything they had to try and lift Zeus's stone. Together, guys. But it wouldn't budge. Soon we were fresh out of ideas. We even went to hell to seek their assistance, but all of the demons had already entered their hibernation. In the end, we couldn't get help from the demons. We all decided to return to Celestia to figure out our next move. Olympian Conference. But I think we're a little under time. We went over last time, but I'm starving right now, so I'm going to stop here, just in case this goes super over. This might be a minute. It could be 5. It could be 20. I don't know, but I'll stop here and we will continue next time. So I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.